Hello, folks. This is Jude, and I'm going to talk about the top 5 signs of food allergies in your dogs. This is going to be a really valuable video because it's going to help you determine, maybe some of the signs you're seeing in your dog is due to food allergies. And this is going to be a part 1 of a 2-part segment on this topic. In the second part, I'll talk about different brands of food and types of food, like canned, dry, raw, and which direction you should go in. Okay, so is your dog suffering from food allergies? And I used to work for pet retail stores, and I actually had my own storefront for many years, and I used to sell, different pet foods, and a lot of it was grain-free and holistic. So I used to get a lot of people coming in all the time, and they didn't know, what to do, what direction to go in. They had their veterinarian telling them to go a certain way, and it wasn't working, or the veterinarian didn't even know what was going on. And most of the time they would come in and they would have hot spots, they would have fur missing, sometimes they would be bald, and people really didn't know who to turn to. So I would tell them that, food is usually the blame, food. And again, even some vets may have trouble getting to the root cause. Having worked in the pet food industry for many years, I'm aware of what's in the pet food and how some ingredients may negatively affect your pet's health. Okay, so I used to tell them it's food, and they'd be like, yeah, right, Jude. And I say, yes, it's food. And they would get on a different food, and we might have to try a couple of them before something took. And eventually I noticed the dog would come in and have fur again, no more hot spots, and be thriving. So your top 5 signs: excessive scratching. Okay, so if they're scratching a lot, especially around their ears, in that area, and pouring out their face and mouth, and just literally scratching, very dry skin, very flaky, you'll notice dandruff. That would be one of your signs of a food allergy. Excessive paw licking. This is a big one right here. Excessive paw licking. They'll lick right down to the bone. My last dog was a golden retriever, and they're very prone to allergies, the golden retrievers. She used to lick her paw all the way down to the bone almost, and it would happen fairly quickly. So that's a huge sign of a food allergy. Hot spots. Hot spots are a big sign of food allergies. Ear infections, loose or bloody stool. And again, my golden retriever used to have explosive diarrhea with blood in it, and it was just very scary. And all that came down to it just being a change of food, change of diet. So what do you do if you're having all or some of these issues? You're going to focus on the meat protein source first. Now, most people will say focus on the grain. And from what I've learned over the years, that isn't the case. It's more or less the meat protein source. So first, you focus on the meat protein source. Most dogs will have an allergic reaction to chicken meal, and chicken byproducts. And you'd be surprised on how many foods have chicken in them. Even if your first ingredient is not chicken, you look 4 to 5 ingredients in, and you'll see that chicken meal. I've actually had students say to me, Jude, my food doesn't have chicken in it. And I say, give me the bag and let me read it. And yep, lo and behold, 5 or 6 ingredients in, there's that chicken meal, and that'll be enough for your dog to have an allergic reaction. So you really want to look at your bag of food, and you really want to look at those first, 5 or 6 ingredients. And if it contains chicken, then just toss that bag to the side, because most animals don't do good, cat or dog, with chicken. And this all could apply to felines as well. Try foods that don't contain any chicken and incorporate another meat protein source, such as fish, lamb, venison, or duck. Okay? So basically, these meat protein sources, your dogs don't have a chance to develop an immunity or reaction or allergy to them because they're not most commonly used. Chicken is, so that's why that one would be causing you most problems. And again, chicken would be the number one reason that your dog is having hot spots. Grains. That would be your secondary reason of why your dogs are not doing well with the particular food they're on. So, second, look at the grains in your dog's food. It should be free from wheat. That's just the cheap filler. Soy and corn. Again, corn is probably the one that I like the least, okay? These grains are used as cheap fillers. Corn is also number one reason, again, I'm going to say it, for hot spots in your dog, okay? You could substitute brown rice or sweet potato. Lentils and peas would be my last choice, and the reason why for that is recently they have, a couple of years back, tried to link heart disease to holistic foods and using lentils and peas and saying, the dogs really needed grain. Now, I did look into that recently, and it seems like there's no links now to that, but just to be safe, I would stay away from lentils and peas. If you do want to give grain still, brown rice and sweet potatoes would be your best ones. But usually dogs with significant, high amounts of allergies and very sensitive don't do well with grain at all, no matter what you choose, whether it's brown rice, sweet potato, lentils, peas, whatever. You just basically got to stay away from it. But I have to say that most single ingredient dog foods do seem to have lentils and peas and rice and sweet potatoes because they don't use the wheat, soy, or corn. Okay? So you want to make sure that you make these changes across the board. Don't forget to check the ingredients in treats, biscuits, snacks, or anything else they consume. So whatever is edible, check it. So you want to go slow when you're introducing the new food to your dog. Don't go quickly, and do not just switch, okay? Dogs do not do well with change. So you want to gradually add in the new food as follows. So 25% for 3. Remember now, this is just a guesstimate. You don't have to strictly go by this. It could be longer, up to 14 days. It could be shorter, 7 days, but at least 7 to 14. But I like the 9-day rule. So 25% for 3 days, 50% for 3 days, 75% for 3 days, and you finally go 100% on the new food on that 10th day. So the 9-day ruling, 9-day rule, and then on your 10th day, you're going to switch over. That would be your top 5 signs of food allergies in your dog, and I will do the second part soon, so be on the lookout for it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. I wish the best for your best friends. Thank you so much, everybody.